Hello friends, welcome back to my Zulu Heart, Nontle Duma here. Today is Mental Health Week, and I thought in honor of beautiful people that have showed me kindness, I am going to talk about my best friend's dish. It's jollof rice from West Africa. When Mayowa and I met, we lived together and I used to work all hours of the day. I'd come home, we'll eat noodles, we'd go out to the chipper to eat fried chicken and chips, and that was our favorite meal until she settled down, got married, and she started bringing out her African Nigerian cuisine. So one of the meals we enjoyed together was jollof rice. And so what made me choose this dish is because I got gifted from my daughter's nursery a gift box. It has fruit and some vegetables in it, some non-perishable items. So this week I received like 500 grams of rice, which gave me 2 cups of rice for cooking measurements. And I got this beautiful red pepper, the cherry tomatoes from England, Southampton, these lovely eggs. They're free range and the yolk is so yellow, they're yum. So because I have these ingredients and the onion they gifted me and some carrots, I have some cabbage in my fridge, so I'm going to make a coleslaw. And I'm frying some ripe plantain that I have, and I'm going to use the rice and these peppers and the tomatoes to cook jollof rice in honor of Mayowa. And she's the one who dresses me in most of these beautiful African attires that I have, because she is a fashionista. Together we overspend. We overspend on bags, on shoes, and these African clothes. If I could sell some of them, I'd probably buy a car, but that's a story for another day. So I thought today I'll just quickly share how we can make a budget meal, you know, using ingredients you have in the house, using those ingredients you're getting from the boxes to make a wonderful meal that's hearty for vegetarians, for vegans, and meat eaters alike. So on to the recipe now. So in the blender, remember I said that we are saving some of the vegetables that we've not been using. So I have these tomatoes that just 2 tiny tomatoes. I'm gonna put them in the sauce in the blender to blend them to make a sauce for our jollof rice. And I have the panet of the cherry tomatoes, and I'm gonna put our peppers, red peppers, and I found that red pepper that I received today, and I had another half one. And if I happen to have too much sauce, I'd keep some of the sauce, you know, for another day, for another stew. So I don't mind if I overblend the sauce or cook too much of the sauce, because I can make another meal for my girls. So this is the Scotch bonnet. I try not to use my hand to touch it. Here I've chopped 3. Remember I told you this one is light, and I have like 2 to 3 bulbs of cloves, garlic cloves, not bulbs, my goodness. 2 to 3, I have 3 here. You can use 2 fresh garlic. And this is the time also I would have grated fresh ginger, but I don't have fresh ginger, so I'm just going to use the powdered ginger as a backup. So I'm gonna put some water to ease the blending, because this is not such a grand blender. And then in here goes my onions. I'm using red onions because I think they just add to the sweetness and for the tomato and the color. You blend till smooth. So this is now blended, and I'm going to pour it out into a pot. This is not the step that Maya taught me, but you know, it's another girl that taught me that if you cook this down, it just enhances the flavor. I don't know how, but you sort of pre-cook this. So I'm going to do that, and it will reduce then. So in here I have the 2 cups of rice. And remember, I told you I used this measurement. So I have the 2 cups of parboiled rice, and I'm going to boil it now for 10 minutes. To parboil it for 10 minutes or until soft to the touch, so not to overcook it. I know some people cook it raw, but I was taught to do it this way. Now look at that. The tomato has reduced. You see that? It's reduced. All the water is gone, or most of it. So in this pan I have 1/4 cup of oil. I know it's a lot, but apparently you need the oil. In there goes the finely chopped red onion. I just have that a half because it's a big onion, that one. Might use this. Apparently you use a lot, and then when your sauce is cooked, if there's left floating oil, you can drain it and use it another time. So in here we are frying the tomato puree into the onion, and it's crumbling up. It shows that it's almost ready, and it has changed the color of the oil. Can you see that the oil has gone red? It smells, oh, it smells delicious. It smells tomatoey, sort of like sun-dried tomato smell at this point. So I'm gonna be putting my curry now, because I like to cook my curry. Other people wait a bit, but like, remember, I have not decanted this because it's the same time. I've just finished doing the whole of the spices. So like almost a tablespoon of that mild curry powder. And I'm going to put them in my recycled containers. And in here we have thyme. About a tablespoon as well goes in there. Yeah. And in there I'm going to put in now my tomato sauce. See, it's not bubbling, but it has reduced. Especially with I find cherry tomatoes are a bit on the water side, so they're a bit watery, have more water content than other tomatoes. And I've seen other people take out the pips in the tomato, so they just have the skin and the flesh. But I'm not gonna be wasting that. And to the sink, then just gonna stir this in. And in here I'm going to put about 3 bay leaves. Bay leaf smells lovely. I love it fresh as well. I love it dry. There's a greengrocer in Edinburgh that sells the fresh one. And a bunch of it, but it's expensive. So this is cheaper for now. So I'm just going to cover this for a minute, a few minutes, so it cooks a bit. And then I'm going to put the parboiled rice in the sauce and put the pepper, the seasoning oil, and this the stock. Yeah, I find the seasoning oil is like sort of a salt, and I'm not salting the rice because it's gonna have this spiciness from here. And for this one I'm just gonna use this ground pepper, because we're trying to make budget meals. Yeah, if you have your crushed your whole black peppers, you can put them. And I'm just gonna put white as well. In goes our stock. And remember that tomato was cooked, so it won't take too long. Look at the color of that tomato. It looks delish. But for me to be safe, right, I'm just going to reduce some of this in case it's too much for the rice. And you can add it on again. Because if it's too much, it's just gonna go into the next stew. I can make another rice tomorrow for Kai or another day. Or I can use this sauce for chicken or beef or whatever meal that needs a red sauce. So in here goes the rice. So I think it's safe to say more sauce in this now. The foil to retain the heat. So friends, I hope you enjoyed watching that and that it's clear enough, because I know I work in a small space, so some things are not easy to show step by step, but you know, we're getting somewhere. It's not we have not arrived, it's a journey, right? So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and make comments below as to how you tried it, what you're gonna do with your dish, and how you're gonna serve it. Thank you all for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.